fuck it, I'm gonna take Tren and Mast for 3 weeks before the surgery and just go to town. All right, and we are live once again. Got Mr. Kyle here with us, and bro, we got to talk about Five Guys.
Yes.
So, so I know shit when I walked in and I ordered a large fry. The first dude looked at me like I was retarded, and he was like, "Are you sure? Because that feeds 4 to 5 people." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, bro, I got this." And because I mean, maybe it does, but like, no, bro, I got that shit. So demolished it, smashed the whole fucking fry. I think it was like 3 hours later, went back. There's another dude at the register. Hey, I want another large fry. Well, it feeds 4 to 5 people. Are you sure you need a large? Give me the large. Not even 20 minutes later, that shit was gone.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know you love to get large fries from fucking Five Guys as well.
That's the only thing I'll get. God, I haven't been there. What was it? I think I've been there like once in the last maybe 6 to 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I went, but no, I've been to Five Guys twice since March. Like my bill is over $40.
Dude, it's so expensive.
I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day, but it used to cost $22 or $24, and I would get two double burgers,
mm-hmm.
whatever I had on it, and then a large fry, no drink ever, because I would just take it home. But
right,
where it's like $34, $36, $42, like it's just insane now. The prices on meat have gone up all over the country.
Right.
What's crazy is that the pack, so everything on the package. So if you ever look at the grocery store, obviously go to a wholesale. But the packaging, if you look at the tubing, let's go with beef, right? If you go with beef that's in the trays, like 90-10, it's sitting in those trays. Those are going to cost more money than you buying like 93.7 or 90-10 in a tube. Just because of, I got to recover this material, but at the end of the day, that styrofoam that you're putting in costs like 2 cents.
Right.
And then the blood, the little damper that's on the bottom of it, that literally costs $0.10 on a dollar. So for you to actually go up like 75, 80 cents just for that packaging is crazy to me.
Now, is the quality of the meat the same between the two different packagings?
So what I've noticed, so I'll buy the 93.7 tube that's in the tube. The meat is a much redder. There's not as much fat. Now in the 90-10, it legit just, it doesn't even look like it's normal 90-10. Like it had that like slight redness to it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like 80-20.
Huh.
But really bad in it. I don't know. The process is different.
See, I was going to a local butcher, and he had this burger, I think it was chuck mixed with bacon that they grind up together.
Yeah.
And when you would fry it, it would have less fat than I think like 90-10 at Walmart. I mean,
yeah.
burger with bacon had almost zero fat. It was crazy.
I remember that. That's the only being added fat when they do the grind.
You're starting to break up. You're starting to break up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's good.
So I know that there are a lot of distributions they put added fat.
Gotcha.
So you know how we used to go to the market.
Yeah.
And then we would always get the 90, whatever it was, 96.30 or 96. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But when we always talk about, oh, when we cook it, it's not. That's what it was. It was 90-10, but then when we cooked it, it was 97.3 or 96.4 or whatever it was. It's because
Right.
there's no added. They're not adding any fat to it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, what they'll do is they'll upcharge it. They'll add fat. So there's a market by us. But obviously, buy it bulk as well. With, with the amount of,
You're starting to break. You're starting to break up again for some reason. Always complicated, man.
no, I know. How about this?
There you go.
Okay, I moved closer to my modem. Yeah, whenever the prices are going to go down, I have no idea, to be honest with you, because
It doesn't seem like they ever will at this point.
With everything else going up with certain things, some of it just doesn't make sense to me. Like what they're upcharging. Like eggs have gone up almost $1 here.
I haven't paid attention to eggs. I know like chicken breast here, that's now like $3 to $3.39 a pound at Walmart.
Holy shit!
Yeah, what's chicken breast there a pound?
If I buy it from the grocery store, it's $2.99. If I go to Meijer,
okay.
Walmart here, Walmart's been about the same. It's been about $2.99. I've seen it as low as recently, like $2.79.
Okay.
As low as it's been, like I want to say, in the last like 6 to 8 months.
Right.
So,
and then, I mean, I can't even remember what ground beef is. I know the lean stuff is like $6.50 a pound for a fucking 90-10, I believe.
90-10 here is around $6.39, $6.49, something like that a pound.
Dude, that is insane.
Shit. I was buying 90-10 beef last year for $5 something.
Yeah, I could have sworn sometimes you can get it for. Sometimes you'll get it for $4.59 or $4.49 or something. Sometimes too.
Depending on where it was, like I know Aldi had it for like $4 something. Like you guys have, you have Publix?
No, I don't think so.
You still have Kroger down there, don't you?
Yeah, but it's like a half hour, 40-minute drive though.
So I know like on the West Coast, Kroger, and I forgot the grocery store what it's called, but it's associated with Kroger because it has all the same labelings. It actually has Kroger in the distribution portions of it on the labeling.
Okay.
So just in comparison to Midwest, South, and whatnot, like on the West Coast, everything is almost $2 to $3 more.
Good God.
So I could be buying beef for like $8 something.
So I mean, one thing that sucks here in Tennessee is there's a 10% tax on food. So that adds up a lot every month.
What do you get? Like, what are you going through on a weekly basis right now?
Right now, I've been sticking to eggs, chicken, and once in a while, I'll get a chuck roast once a week. And I've been getting a little bit of tilapia here and there, but it's just stick to. I don't even know what the tilapia is.
Tilapia was like, I love tilapia, and I know it was the cheapest thing that I ever bought.
Yeah.
But like the beef here is just constantly going up and up.
Mm-hmm.
The chicken is pretty much on a standpoint of $2.99 over, I want to say, the last 2 months. And then turkey hasn't budged at all.
But I haven't even paid attention to turkey, honestly.
I look at it once in a great while. I'm like, maybe I'll get turkey just on the savings aspect of things.
Yeah.
But
see, I can only imagine now if you were to be in prep and have to follow the strict diets and how much your fucking food bill is going to be every single week.
So right now, and this is me trying to get in 4 meals a day. I have 2 like protein shake meals.
Mm-hmm.
and obviously the protein lasts me months.
Yeah, but even the price of protein has skyrocketed.
So I've been buying PE Science. I've been
Okay.
buying the 5-pound tubs. Most of the time, I only get one of those in. Just because it's just my appetite is getting better, but it's still not where it used to be. I'm probably spending $70 a week.
It's not bad.
No, the 5 pounds of chicken are lasting me the entire week. I'm going through maybe 3 pounds, maybe 4 pounds of beef a week.
Okay.
And then I'm doing sweet potato fries. I'm just buying the frozen fries, and I'm air frying them. And then I'm doing breakfast potatoes for white potatoes.
Gotcha.
There's an occasion where I do switch back to rice just because of the simple fact that the white potato is just so filling.
Yeah.
And when you do the breakfast potatoes, it seems like it's like 40 the amount of what you actually. So the diet's going well, but for me to be in prep right now, oh Jesus,
it's insane. It would just the price.
It would probably cost me $150, like to be on all 6 meals, be on point with everything. Most definitely would cost me probably $120 to $150 a week, I would say.
I mean, imagine the people that are starting to bulk right now for the winter, and they're doubling or tripling their calories. How much their food bill has gone up because of everything.
It's crazy, yeah. And then the few people that I know that just competed, and they're shut down for the rest of the year. Like at one point, they were like 7,000 calories.
I mean, I think I would have to do majority white rice just to save money right now.
Have to. You get that 20 to 25 pound bag that's going to last you probably a month.
Yeah.
You know, like the one I think they were doing like 12 cups of rice a day, or 10 to 12 cups of rice a day.
Good God.
And like the fact that for me to think about 7,000 calories for me, and the majority of that is my protein intake would be like 300 grams a day.
Right. Yeah.
Right. My carbs would probably be like 750 to 800 grams of carbs a day. About only doing rice, like 5 to 6 cups, maybe 7 cups of rice a day.
Yeah.
And then throw some sweet potatoes in there. That's the other thing. Like, I don't know how it is with where you are, but like the sweet potato up here, they're not that great right now. They're so. It's that's why I switched over to the fries, or like the waffle fries.
Gotcha.
It's just easier for me. It's a little bit more expensive, but I'm only once a week, so like $5-6, let's say. I'm having one sweet potato fry meal a week. Like I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and you're saving time as well from the prep of everything too.
Most definitely. The white potatoes, I actually switched over to hash browns.
Okay.
The hash browns I'm buying at Gordon's.
Gotcha.
He told me about the hash browns, so I went ahead and tried it out. It's perfect. Like it's 3 to 4 hash browns I do, and I'll do that twice a day. Maybe sometimes once a day. But for my digestion, for me to get it down, it's been great, especially with this fucking dumb shit that I did.
Yeah, I mean the what's it called? The hash browns do go down a lot smoother than a whole potato will.
Yeah, for whatever, like obviously, you know, the aspect of the size and all that really makes a difference. But that hash brown, just like, it's convenient, it's easy. Air fry it, salt the shit out of them, and you can take them down in like 2 bites.
Right, and they're not that bad if you throw them in a meal container and take it to work and they're cold. They're not bad to go down either.
They're not bad because I've been doing that. We have the microwaves on site right now.
Okay.
Which is nice. I'm just going. I go into one of the trailers and they let everyone use, whoever needs to use it. But it's convenient. They hold. They don't break down at all. And that's what I think.
Because a whole baked potato generally makes me feel pretty bloated, And sometimes when it's so dry, it's hard to smash that thing down.
That's where I was at with everything, and then I started going to instant potatoes.
Okay.
Just to get something like to break off with the rice and all that.
For a while, I would boil my potatoes and then mash them and make mashed potatoes using the chicken bone broth, which added basically no calories, gave it a different texture, and was a lot easier to eat that way.
Yeah, you're almost like ricing it at that point.
Yeah, yeah, and it goes down very, very good.
And that's the problem that I have, like with the potato, like the mashed potatoes that I've been doing. Me trying to heat that up while I'm at work, yes, it works.
Yeah.
Some reason reheating the mash in a microwave or whatever for only a certain amount of time, it's almost like it's thicker.
Yeah, it does. The texture will change quite a bit.
Fuck.
So
Food sucks.
well, I mean, it's not horrible, but
No.
not many people can do that. Not many people can stick to that discipline to eat the same 5 foods every day, day in, day out. You know what I mean?
And I think like on the competitive side of the bodybuilding world and fitness and everything right now, like for Michigan, I know Michigan it's not doing well because they also changed the national qualifications now. If you qualify in a local show, you're qualified for 2 years. So the local shows, it's weird. I don't know why they're doing it. It's the whole COVID thing still.
Are they trying to? Is that their way of sucking more people into competing by making it seem a little easier?
I don't
mean,
know. I don't know if it's easy. So from the local shows that I've seen, and it's no disrespect to anyone like that, and it's not like I'm anything special or whatnot, but like I hate to say it like this, I could do probably like an 8-week prep and walk on the stage and win a heavyweight class.
It's become that bad
In Michigan, yeah, because everyone is just doing national shows.
but to do a local show and to be qualified for 2 years,
Yeah.
I mean, you can change and look like shit in 2 years, and you don't have to requalify.
Yeah, I could sit there and do absolutely nothing first year if I really wanted to. Like for me, competitive thing, like there's multiple reasons why I haven't competed in 2 years. Just the mental aspect of it, and I just in 10 months just putting my body through what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was going to take 2 years off? Absolutely not. Was it good for me? Yes, because I lived life. I did what I needed to do, etc. But to look at that, I have to requalify because I thought about competing next year.
Uh-huh.
So I have to requalify, obviously. So I have to do it. I have to do an early show for the shows that I want to do. The shows that I want to do.
Gotcha.
Doing so, I'll have to do it early. But I just went to the show last weekend. The show was good. There's a handful of guys that were really good. One of the guys from our gym, RTB, he did a fantastic job. He was peeled. To me, he was the most conditioned at the show. He won all of his classes and won his overall in the classic physique.
From the past couple years, does it seem like the amount of guys doing shows is falling off and more women doing shows?
The women, so this is what I've seen. There's a flux of women doing more shows, but there's also an influx of more guys doing physique and classic physique than bodybuilding. So the bodybuilding, like for Michigan, the bodybuilding portion of guys is going downhill. And more guys are doing the physique, the board shorts, and
Gotcha.
the classic physique with the thicker black trunk.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I don't know. It's maybe the waistline, the streamline is different. The posing is a little bit prettier. But at the same time, you could take those poses and put them in your routine for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Just a lot of guys a lot of guys aren't into the open bodybuilding anymore.
So I'm not gonna say. I know it's shitty to say one's harder than the other because it's all fucking hard, no matter how you look at it. But in my humble opinion, doing the open bodybuilding is a hell of a lot harder than doing physique.
In my opinion, yeah. I mean, you're going up against. You have no idea who you're going up against. Because the majority of guys don't post anything. They don't. They do what they have to do on social media for their sponsors or whatever they are with whatever company that they're with. So they do what they need. But you never see updates of them.
I mean, open bodybuilding, you have to grow. The physique guys tend to stay the same all year round. They don't put on much mass on the off season like the fucking open bodybuilding guys will.
No, like you think about it, like there's guys if they're gonna do anything, they're gonna up their stage weight. Like last year, let's say last year you stepped on stage at 190 pounds, and then this year you're stepping on stage at 215, 220. Like obviously you put on stage weight, but how much muscle mass or what did you how much tissue did you put on?
Yeah.
I can gain weight all day long. There's guys that have been doing it for 10 years. They put on I put on 25 pounds or I put on 20 pounds. Like you put on 20 pounds of weight.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't equate to muscle. You know,
exactly.
We've talked about it multiple times. It's just like for RTB, I love the gym. That's my only gym that I really want to go to. But it's getting flooded with so much Instagram people.
I've noticed that lately when I'll randomly go on their Instagram and look at like who tagged themselves in the gym, and it's insane that it's like everything's now for show. When 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, that was a place you go for work.
It's gotten to the I think okay, so a lot of the guys like XN, there's Driven Supplements. Those are our local supplement stores around here now. Mm-hmm. Driven is brand new in Southgate, but there's also the old XN in Westland is now Driven Supplements.
Really?
Yeah, John Kazmar took that over.
Oh shit!
He does it's. I'll say this. Kazmar has done a really good job with both locations and bringing in product that other supplement stores do not have, nor do I think that they will ever have. And I think that's great for the simple fact that they're bringing products in like Revive and Raw and things like that. You don't have to go online and buy. You can just go to the store if you need it very quickly, where the other places, well, I'm not buying this because my location won't. We don't think that it'll sell it.
Gotcha.
So, they're bringing better products into the store and they're getting more traffic through it, which I think is great. So John is doing a really good job there. And I know with our gym, they have a banner up at our gym for Driven Supplements. So if you go in there, you go to Raise the Bar and whatnot, there's some discounts in the store. But there's a handful of folks that go in to Raise the Bar. Yes. Just to put on their story or whatnot that they were at Raise the Bar. They act a fool. They do what they got to do with their cameras and their hype men that they have around them and whatnot, and then they don't come back for 4 months.
Yeah. I never would have thought that the gym would become such a fad that it has become.
Raise the Bar is getting so popular because there's other guys who are doing podcasts. It started blowing up when Keon first came into the gym when he was here for whatever reason. I think there was a XN Supplements anniversary thing that Keon was here. And he went to Raise the Bar. And then the last time he was here, he went to Raise the Bar. So an IFBB pro that comes in, they're going to Raise the Bar.
Okay.
Scott McNulty, he did a podcast. I forgot what the podcast is. But he had a podcast with Dusty Hanshaw and one other guy, and he had Raise the Bar hoodie on, and they asked him, Partlow, that was the other guy, the two guys from Mutant.
Okay.
they asked him where that gym was and all that. He boasted the gym and he talked about it, and ever since that, it's gotten bigger.
Really?
Raise the Bar is like the gym to go to in the area in Metro Detroit. Like I go to out Ferndale, Royal Oak, Birmingham area, things like that. I hear people talking about the gym.
Really?
Like I want to go to that. I hear that gym's great. I want to go to that gym and see what it's like. So
It's got one hell of an environment, man. And you can't deny it.
The equipment, there's more equipment in. He's constantly looking at, the owners are constantly looking at what they can upgrade, with also keeping that old school vibe and not going that commercial route.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost a no fucks given gym. They are there to create a work environment. They don't give a shit what music they have put on or who gets offended, because they created an environment where you know you're going to get work done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, because
go ahead.
Because like where I'm at, all the gyms are catered to old people. They're playing religious music, don't do this, don't do that. There's no deadlift platforms. It's just, dude, if you take crunch and you have like an eighth of the size crunch,
yeah,
that's the best gym that I have around me. It's horrible.
And if you want to go to any other gyms, it's going to take you hours to get there.
If there's anything decent, yeah, it's going to be about an hour drive.
Jesus.
But I haven't found anything that is decent like Raise the Bar.
There's a few gyms. I know, like Prison City, Fenton Powerhouse, God, Mind and Muscle. Those are really good gyms. I know Oakwood's not doing the greatest.
Really?
They actually recently, in the last like 4 or 5 months, were putting up equipment for sale.
Oh, damn.
I don't know if that was just to get new product equipment in or whatnot, or get rid of certain things, but I've had conversations with guys. We've talked. It's a great gym. Oakwood Gym is a great gym. At the end of the day, could there be a lot of updates that's done to it? Could there be a lot of expansion that's done to it with the amount of property that's there? Mm-hmm. Yes, to make it better.
Oh, for sure.
Not holding like they've dropped prices because they're losing people. Everyone's losing people to Raise the Bar.
I hate to say it, but before I left Michigan, Oakwood was extremely petty. If they didn't like who you hung out with, they would block you on social media.
Yeah.
It was super weird.
That hasn't changed. The pictures on the walls have come down.
Yeah, it's like, so competitors that used to work out at your gym, because they go to another gym, you take their picture off of your wall. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
It's petty. The owner is known as that now. It's getting worse. I've been there twice, probably in the last like few years. I just have no want to go there.
Well, how when I and your coach left, we got our membership at Raise the Bar, it feels like 90% of the people at Oakwood went to Raise the Bar within the same week.
They did. And some of the workers from Oakwood were going to Raise the Bar, if you remember that.
Oh yeah. The majority of them were.
Yeah, and they all got in trouble for it, and they all had to go back to Oakwood, or they were going to lose their jobs. Dude,
yeah, I remember that. They would sneak in.
Yeah, and then you remember when our gym was shut down for a little while, during COVID. Supposedly, someone from Oakwood made a phone call.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, saying that our gym was open. They're letting people in during COVID when the gyms are supposed to be closed, in which none of that was true. And then when it first opened back up, the percentage that was supposed to be, I don't know what happened. That's when it was called. It was never shut down. But But I know that was the thing that people were talking about, that Raise the Bar got shut down and whatnot, and it never did. So,
but I mean, but a petty business owner is going to bring that kind of stuff on themselves, man. Like
100%.
like they're failing because of a petty business owner, and that's the only thing about it.
100%, and that's not going to change with that gym owner. That gym owner will forever be petty. In my opinion, he should probably sell it, get out of it, let someone else that could actually do updates to it and actually try to advertise it and bring more people in.
I mean, Oakwood used to be known as one of the hardcore gyms that people would go to back in the day.
Yeah, it's not close to being that anymore.
I mean, shit, I think
it has the same look, obviously.
Yeah,
but it's the only ones that are there are the regulars. I really don't know if there's any others really going there.
I think Oakwood Gym was my first gym membership I've ever had after high school.
I think I remember you saying that too. Like growing up and down, like Rob's Gym was the gym. It was Oakwood and Rob's Gym. As soon as Rob's Gym, it was Total Flex, and it was Reps and Taylor that a lot of people went to. But they also, everyone was still going to the Powerhouse. Even with Rob's Gym there in Southgate, you still had the Powerhouse, which is Raise the Bar now.
Yeah.
In Lincoln Park. Both of those gyms were just crowded of women.
So
men.
a lot of people seem to be scared of a Raise the Bar atmosphere. Why do you think people are scared of an old school hardcore gym, loud music, weights being thrown around, people posing in the back? Why are people scared of that, do you think?
Before talking to anyone and really having conversations, it's the hypocritical, it's the that only huge people go there, or only hardcore like bodybuilders or female competitors who, only look a certain way and this and that. But when you walk into a Raise the Bar and you see the clientele that's in there, it's men, women, young adults, all ages, sizes. It doesn't matter what race you are, what size you are, how big or small or anything that you are. Once you walk into there, that's everything is judged by, it's a hardcore gym. Only huge people, only huge, hardcore like gym goers go there. But then, like the people that I've brought in, once they see it, they're like, wow, like completely different than what I thought it was actually going to be. Like everyone's very nice. Everyone says hi to each other. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, nothing. None of that matters. Everyone knows each other. Everyone says hi to each other. If anyone needs help, everyone helps each other out. Like I legit have seen people stop doing what they're doing because they saw someone failing on something and they jumped up and ran over because they were struggling with it to help them out. Yeah. Like, so in my opinion, it's I'm afraid to go in there because I'm not big enough, or I don't have this muscle structure or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Flat out tell, like me personally, I don't know what anyone else does. Anytime you want to go, you let me know. You tell me the time that you want to come, and I'll go with you, and I'll walk in with you. Here you go. And I've done that with probably, I want to say seven different people. Within 30 minutes, their whole mind has changed about me, and they love it.
Right. I mean, for being big and scary and like, only tough guys go there, that, like you said, it is one of the nicest atmospheres you'll ever be in of people.
Yeah, and it's constantly making changes. Like we just put up a block wall, brand new door on the side, but only and it's painted the orange, bar orange. There's going to be some lettering put up on there next year. There's going to be garage doors going in, so the whole storefront is going to be different. How it was all windows before, now it's all going to be doors.
Oh, really?
gonna be everything is gonna be open in the spring and summertime. So, like,
Nice.
what gym has that?
Not many.
You know, what
Not
gym?
many.
Yeah, what gyms have the areas with the bay cutouts with just mirrors there? There's so many things that can happen at Raise the Bar, and it's happening slowly.
Right.
Great, and that's why people want to go, because they're constantly changing, bringing new equipment in. Like within the last like 4 or 5 months, I think we've brought in like 4 to 5 brand new things. Whether they're brand new or slightly used, it doesn't matter. It's new equipment, different equipment than what we had.
Right.
You know, and if I'm not mistaken, there could be at a point that a posing room is going to be put in.
Yeah, I remember talking to the word about that before I left.
So kind of shut down for a little bit because we didn't know what was going to go on with it, but now it's being talked again.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where or when it's going to happen, but it's been in talks that a posing room could be something that is put in. When that happens, I don't know, but yeah, the talks have gone up a little bit more with that. So
gotcha. There's a lot of competitors that work out there. A hell of a lot.
It's pretty crazy amount, and what's even better is the competitors that are already there. The people who talk to the competitors, it's never you have this. It's never you should start competing or you should think about start doing this or anything like that. It's the people who aren't competing who are going up and saying, hey, what is it? You know, run me through your day of eating and training and all that. I've been thinking about maybe competing or getting into that aspect of how it works and things like that. So you definitely have more people at Raise the Bar who are interested in the fitness world of competing.
Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of that though goes back to how nice everybody is. Because like Mark, does Mark still work there, or he just trained there?
Mark is just a trainer now.
Okay, because like him, you could always walk up to him, ask him a question, and he'll give you an answer without a problem. Like a lot of the competitors and a lot of the coaches there, you could ask them any question anytime, and they would be there to help you.
Oh, completely, 100%. And the outside coaches that aren't even from the area are coming in now and doing more team workouts and things like that. Which is great. You have coaches flying in from other states just to be with their clients, and that brings attention to that. You know, when they go, oh, this is my coach or that's my coach, you know, and whatnot. So I think it's great for the overall aspect of fitness. I just wish that it was more like that at more gyms.
Yeah, I don't understand or know even how that atmosphere become what it was. I mean, was it luck? Was it fate? Like, what drove that atmosphere to be what it is at that place?
I think the fact that it was the powerhouse before and it was huge and the atmosphere was great in there, and then all of a sudden now, one of the former people who went there, the former people who went there are now owners of it.
Okay.
So they're bringing back that style that was before, just with a different name and a different aspect on it.
Gotcha.
Before, people were scared to go into the powerhouse in Lincoln Park. From what I've been told, I never went in there until it was Raise the Bar because, like I said, I was at Rob's gym.
Okay.
So Rob's gym is a whole different story, but for anyone that place, I don't know. I think people need to stop being scared. People go to Planet Fitness and whatnot, but when you really look at it, so Planet Fitness just put in a no selfie zone signs up on their walls.
Are you serious?
Yes. So like everyone, I get it. Everyone likes prices for gyms and whatnot, but to me, Planet Fitness is the most hypocritical and judgmental place to go to. There's no music going on, and if there is, the volume is very low.
Mm-hmm.
Cold. You can't make noise. I don't know if they still have the clunk thing, if the clunk alarm goes off and whatnot, But why have that? What if I drop something? You're gonna go like it's embarrassing.
Exactly, because like you want to. The whole point of going to the gym is to transform yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't put the work in, how do you transform yourself? You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like, it's not an easy process. It's not a beautiful process. It's fucking ugly and it's fucking hard. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to fucking scream on a fucking rep, you know?
That's my biggest thing. Like, I should be able to go any. It doesn't matter who you are. Like my oldest has been asking me about going to the gym with me sometimes. Great,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want to do? I don't know. Just go, and if I see something that I'm interested in, I'll try it out. That's what it needs to be. It doesn't matter where you go. There should be no restrictions on anything.
Exactly.
Planet Fitness has restrictions on the clothes that you can even wear.
Really?
Yes. I shouldn't have to feel like that. I should be able to just go in the gym, do what I want to do. If I want to have a gallon of water with me or my bag or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like anyone you are, you should be able to go into an atmosphere. You should be comfortable with that atmosphere and be who you are. And if you're not, then maybe that place wasn't right for you and you should try something else. But if it continues, then that's not good, and that's taking away from what people actually want to do.
You gotta have a fucking gym that has a puke bucket, man.
Oh,
if you don't have a puke bucket, you're not at the right fucking gym.
Like with my hand being the way that it's been over the last 5-6 weeks, and me just being able to do legs only. Ooh.
So, being that you're only doing legs, how many days a week are you doing legs?
Once.
Just once.
I'm only going once a week. But if I do go, the only reason why I'll go a second time, is I did hamstrings that week, and it wasn't that great.
Okay.
I did, but for the majority of everything, I'm just trying to get one giant leg day in. Because to be honest with you, every day when I get off of work, I come home and I sleep for 2.5, 3 hours. Like having a broken hand is not pretty whatsoever.
Yeah, but with the weather change too, and being a bricklayer and outside, dude, that cold weather wears you out quick.
Brutal. And then now, like where we are, the job site that we're at right now, the wind tunnels that are coming through that building, it's brutal.
That in and of itself, dude, that shit wears you out quick.
Oh, huge. 100%.
It's brutal. Now, are you guys gonna have that building like wrapped up to where you'll be inside when it gets colder?
No, so like what we're doing right now is it's the old Joe Louis Arena, and they're putting up a 25-story apartment complex.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and we're only putting in 10,000 block. I know that probably sounds a lot to some people, but it's really not.
Not at all.
It is a matter of 3 rooms and maybe like 2 walls.
Okay.
And then that's it. Everything else is poured.
Really?
Yeah, the entire building is poured. So the elevator shafts, everything.
Elevator shafts are being poured? Bro, that's insane.
Yeah. They're doing a 2-day pour. So the one day they lay the floor, they pour the floor. So pouring the floor is around 200 yards.
Damn. That's insane.
Yeah, they're pouring 200 yards per floor. And then on top of that, and then the next day is the pillars and the elevator shafts.
Damn.
It's pretty nuts. Tomorrow when I go in, I'll take a video.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me that because I remember everything always used to be block elevator shafts. And those things suck.
It's crazy. It's crazy the way they're doing it because every single floor that they're doing, if you can stand off to the side, like probably 100 to 200 yards away from it, you can actually see the center columns, the elevator shafts, how they're pouring, and then the elevator shafts are going up, and then there's 1, 2, 3, I want to say maybe 16 columns. Anywhere from 12 to 16 columns on every floor.
Damn.
Yeah. So they literally have
4 to 6 guys just building frames for pillars, elevator shafts. Like they have so many sectioned off. It's insane the amount of people that are there right now.
It's not. It sounds like it's probably more expensive to do that than block.
From what I understand, and I'm trying to remember what the concrete is not cheap right now.
No, not at all.
If I go to the store, concrete, you used to be able to buy you used to be able to buy like S-type for what, $3-4,
mm-hmm.
and that was an 80-pound bag. Right now, it's almost $10 a bag.
Good Lord.
For S-type.
Even when you get even concrete per yard, when you get a truck, has shot up in price quite a bit too, though.
I think, yeah, if I get 2 yards, I don't know if it's 2 yards, 5 yards,
mm-hmm.
all over $200. I don't know what the pricing was on it before, but I know like when we poured his porch in the backyard before he moved,
mm-hmm.
that little section that was behind the house where the table was, I think that was like $200 something.
Oh God!
Just to have that poured.
Yeah.
So, and that wasn't but maybe 10 by 6.
Yeah, it was small.
So for me to pour a cap on a porch on a porch that's maybe 7 feet wide. Let's go a 5 by 7. That's probably going to cost me around $200 to $250 to have a truck come out and get that poured.
That's insane.
Yeah. So the prices on everything. I think it's the 8-inch block is $1.28. $1.28 per 8-inch block.
I forgot what it used to be. I thought it was like 60 or 70 cents a block or something.
80 to 70 cents. You up until last year it was under $1 still. You could literally. I think it was
Dude,
like.
I called a company because I need my driveway like repatched asphalt.
Yeah.
And I want to say they were going to do like a 30 foot long section, only about 8 foot wide or so. They want $4,000 for 30 foot of asphalt, and they were going to go over top of all the old stuff.
Jesus.
I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to concrete that bitch when it comes fucking fall. There's no way.
No, God, no. And everyone's doing their own thing right now because everyone is so backed up with work.
Exactly.
You can't get anyone to do anything.
Like where I'm at, if you want to build a house in the town I'm in, most contractors are booked up 2+ years to build a house.
That's insane.
A guy I know, he's building a house like right across the street from me. He actually hired a bunch of people, a bunch of Amish guys from Ohio, flew them down here, got them down here to build his house because all the contractors are backed up so far.
Now it's a matter of paying them per day.
And he said it was only $15,000 more to get the Amish dudes down here.
That's not bad as long as your price point on the house and what you're getting isn't like out of control, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've noticed. Get down, boy. My dog is going nuts. What he does on a daily basis. Even up here, like you've known, obviously you're renovating. The pricing on fixtures, the pricing on anything, sinks and whatnot, even tile.
Mm-hmm.
The price points on everything have gone up so much over the last year.
Yeah.
Everyone is just, they don't want to do anything. And then the insurance companies, it's crazy how they're doing it now. So the insurance companies are approving the craziest things. Yeah, no problem. We'll cover that. The insurance is going to cover that. And then other things like the basement had a pipe leak.
Mm-hmm.
So probably 8 inches all the way around have to be taken out. The drywall has to be taken out in the house, in the basement.
Uh-huh.
And it's not covered. The insurance wouldn't cover it because there's no drop ceiling.
Really?
Yeah. So in order to have anything covered by the insurance, your homeowner's insurance, it has to have a drop ceiling on it for any damages, any water damages or anything like that that's coming from the second floor into the basement, the main floor going into the basement. Because their reasoning is that if there's a drop ceiling or drywall or anything like that, that it's gonna catch that water. Sure, it's gonna catch that water, then it's gonna leak right through, and then all your ceiling has to be replaced.
Right. That's just more money and more damage.
Right.
That's weird. But because of all the flooding that happens in your area of Michigan, they might just be changing laws so they don't have to pay people.
And I think the regulations and everything are coming back in. They're starting to slowly bring codes back in too.
Oh, okay.
So that's a big thing, because I know before they weren't really pushing the codes. So I could go do anything I wanted basically in my house, and I didn't have to go to the city for it. I didn't have to.
Gotcha.
I didn't have to. There was no inspection going on. None of that. So
yeah, and well, it's really odd where you're at though, because there's no county-wide code or ordinance. Each city was different. Like in Riverview, you have to get a permit to do electrical, but no other city. It's kind of really weird how every city is so different there.
Still is. My dad's in Trenton. He has to get permits on like the dumbest things in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't on other stuff that you would need a permit on.
It's so weird.
Yeah, and then before it was, as long as you leave one standing wall, you don't have to get a permit on things. But then as soon as I run any type of electrical, I have to have a permit.
Yeah.
Like, what do I have to have? I have to have a permit for windows. But I don't need a permit to put in a porch.
Well, even when you buy a house, you have to have electrical inspection or a certificate on some cities, but not other cities. It's so weird.
Yeah. And even like I know a few people who live in Florida, same thing. Like they're ready to move out of Florida because it's getting so bad.
Really?
Yeah, with all inspection, insurance, and things like that. Yeah. So, I don't know. Something's got to change because it just doesn't make sense to me.
Right. So, do you have any plans for competing whatsoever? Soon, next year?
Something like that.
Still debating.
No.
I mean, have you cleaned up your diet though lately quite a bit?
Over the last 2.5, 3 weeks, absolutely not. It's pretty trash. So I'm going into my 6th week of a broken hand. I've gained 1.5 pounds.
That's not bad, right?
No.
Well, are you still doing like progress pictures every week?
Till a week and a half ago, I just sent him pictures just to send him pictures.
Gotcha.
I mean, we work together every single day, so he can see me. But yeah, I haven't checked in 6 weeks.
How are you holding? Like everything holding pretty decent?
I'm watery, but as far as compared to what I was before the hand, to be honest with you, I'm just watery.
Gotcha.
Obviously, you can tell from my upper body that it hasn't been trained in 6 weeks. But it's not like I'm hugely flat. Obviously, my midsection, my obliques are still there. There's certain days where you can see the outlines of my midsection.
Okay.
Other days not. The diet is pretty much in there twice a day. My 2 meals at work are my diet.
Okay.
And then I'll get one more at the house. But other than that, yeah, I'm probably eating one meal that's off diet.
Okay. So not horrible. You're having some consistency in there still then.
Yeah, but like the snacks are like getting out of hand.
So like, how long do you have left of your hand before you can start using it again?
So I'll take this off. See if I can take it off. So I have 3. I just have. You saw it with the cast on and all that.
Yeah.
So put this on. I just had my 3rd week post surgery appointment this past Wednesday, and I asked him to take the cast off. He wanted it 1 more week.
Mm.
So there's a plate and 8 screws there.
Jesus.
Yeah. So like the swelling is going down, but like my wrist, like if you can see.
Yeah, that's interesting looking.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I have 3 more weeks in this, Steve. I'm revving up now. I'm really gonna do now with the cast off. My biggest thing was my skin was being so cut into right here in this section of my thumb. Like the skin is just peeling off.
Yeah, I remember you sent me a picture, dude. That looked nasty.
Yeah, it's a lot better now that he's taken the cast off. Like I can almost make a complete fist like all the way now, which is nice. The wrist move, I'm taking that extremely slow because it's very tender. So 3 more weeks in this. I'm doing 2 days of physical therapy, with basically just doing off of a chart because my insurance company wants way too much money.
Yeah.
Like they wanted me to pay $120 out of pocket per session.
Good God.
Yeah, and they wanted me to do that twice a week. Like
not happening.
So I have friends, physical therapists. I have one that's actually a hand specialist. They've sent me a chart to do. I think the worst of it all is the ice baths. The point I can only hold my hand in an ice bath for probably 10 to 40 seconds at a time.
How long are you supposed to do it?
They want me doing it anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes.
Damn.
They want me to get to the point where I'm having my hand and wrist submerged in an ice bath for 4 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, but that starts to hurt after a while.
With the plate and the screws, it's already hurting like after like seconds.
So does the plate and screw stay in?
The plate and screws are just going to stay in for now. I don't know how long. What's crazy is that I was healed in 4 days. Stitches came out in 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then that next check-in, which was 2 weeks after that. So I had a 2-week check-in and a 3-week check-in. It's already the screw that's here, that there's 3 screws here and there's 5 going down. The surgery was done so well that it's already fused back together.
Damn.
He put everything back correctly. The biggest thing out of everything that was when they cut me open, they had to pull the tendons and nerves. And the veins and the tendons, they had to literally have someone pull them over and hold them while they were doing the surgery, I guess.
I can see where that would cause some problems.
Yeah, so like the first week when I was trying to do just my finger touching, like my middle finger and ring finger, they were just jumping all over the place.
Oh.
So now that I have that, I can wash it, I can shower, obviously. Like I can actually shower with both hands, and
yeah.
I'm slowly doing wrist movements. I'm ramping up the finger movements. Last week I picked up a 15-pound dumbbell with the cast still on just to see how it would be. I told the doctor I did that. He's like, "How did it feel?" I told him. I said it felt perfectly fine, but I did feel a little tender in my left side of the wrist. But other than that, to be honest with you, I haven't had pain in probably 3 weeks, other than just normal everyday little shooting pains that will go through my hand and wrist.
So what's your plan after you're healed and you can start hitting the gym again?
As soon as I get % good to go, need to worry about anything, it's pedal to the floor.
So now when you start eating and following a diet plan again, are you going to up the calories? Are you going to try to...
We'll probably go...
What are you doing?
So my diet that I have right now is around 26 to 2,700 calories. That's slowly going to go up. And if I'm we're probably going to go up. We had a talk. I can't remember exactly the number, but it's probably going to go up to like what it was the last time, around 5.
Okay.
Keep the cheat meal in there once a week or a refeed. As far as the dark side of things, the gear side of things, I'm going to keep it where it is. The 2 compounds,
Yeah.
three compounds. Nothing big. They're going to stay low like they've been. I've been growing and putting on tissue with very small amounts. So we're going to keep that there. We may switch out one of the compounds for another.
Okay.
But other than we're going to keep everything simple and see where we get. I need the schedule to come out in January. As soon as that schedule comes out in January, I'll know more. But the plan is to compete next year. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I think I got 2.5 weeks left, and then I'm supposed to have the fucking brain surgery, and I'll be out for probably 6 to 8 weeks, probably 2 months. So in that 2 months while I'm out, I need to start planning what I'm going to do to get back in.
What's the process of that?
I'm going to go into the hospital. They'll cut the hole in the head, play around with the nerves and the fucking blood vessels. I guess they're going to put cement back over. I'm going to spend 1 night in ICU, 2 more nights in the hospital, and then I cannot lift over 15 pounds for 6 to 8 weeks.
And then therapy and all that?
No therapy, no nothing that I know of. Just sit around and be lazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because the only thing they have to do is a blood vessel is touching a nerve. They're gonna pull it apart and basically put gauze inside of there.
And that's going to dissolve on its own after so much.
No, that stays. Like the gauze in between the nerve and blood vessel, that just stays.
Wow.
I guess the biggest worry is potential hearing loss in that side, but that's about it, I guess. And an infection, but whatever.
Just don't you hear?
Yeah, it's like fuck it. I mean, I'm excited, dude. The medication that I'm on to stop the migraines is making me very stupid because it causes like cognitive issues. So I have a hard time thinking and remembering and like, dude, I feel so dumb most days. It's insane.
That's crazy. Jesus.
So
having all the surgery and all that, that's going to help. That's going to help that.
Yeah, there's like a 95% chance that the migraines will be gone for quite a while.
But there's always that possibility again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Some people have it done twice, but it is what it is. I mean,
you've had plenty of surgery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that going to help anything with the Bell's palsy or anything like that?
No, it's not supposed to do anything. I went to a special neurologist, eye doctor that said it may help me from going cross-eyed in the future. How I'd wear an eye patch once in a while. It may help with that, but they don't know. Because, like, I can hardly taste. I can hardly smell. I go cross-eyed. I got the Bell's palsy. And they're like, yeah, we don't know what's wrong, so we'll fix the migraines, and hopefully you're good to go on that.
Let's go play around with the brain and see what...
Hey, I was like, fuck it. I mean, what else do I got to lose at this point? You know what I mean?
Petrus or something like that.
But so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to take, Tren and Mast for 3 weeks before the surgery and just go to town. Because for fucking two months with no gym is going to suck.
Right. And then do they want a certain weight before the surgery or anything like that?
As far as I know, they don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was very open with my... And I said, do you need me to stop anything? I laid everything out on the table. Oh, I'm like, I already know it's going to help with my recovery. He's like, well, yeah. I'm like, I know. Like, that's the obvious.
Yeah.
But he was like, just keep doing what you're doing. There's no reason to change anything. So I just didn't know. Like, for my surgery, that was the only reason. I'm like, I just didn't know.
Mm.
And for yours, it shouldn't matter either. But
no, I wouldn't think. I'll probably go to very, very low dose TRT and I'll make sure I'm going to donate blood beforehand and keep any kind of blood flow in those nerves to where it's not like my blood pressure is not high and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got to go do that actually. Thanks. I forgot to do that.
Because I know like Anavar and stuff, when my blood pressure starts to get higher, I start to have more issues.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut down and, like I said, very, very low dose TRT. And probably when I hit the gym, go back to just Primo and test again and see how that goes.
Your pre that you're getting, you having issues with it?
No, not at all.
Clean, smooth?
Oh, yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of people having issues with Primo and Anavar and all that. It's not, it's not real.
Really?
Okay. Wow.
I mean, I'll probably start buying a couple bottles slowly while I'm after surgery, and then send some out to have it tested again. Then,
Yeah, like from me, obviously, it's perfectly fine.
yeah.
But I know there's a few guys that were getting stuff that wasn't that was tested, and it was completely something different.
Really?
Yeah. Which is kind of shitty because I know females that were taking it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, not good.
But even then, even if it's real and a female taking it, it's so dose dependent. You know what I mean? Because I've seen them take.
Yeah.
Because isn't it 50 to 150 Primo a week for a woman, if I'm not mistaken? I thought it was super low.
I think it's even lower than that.
Or is it 75 was the max?
It's 75, maybe the. I mean, the most I've ever seen a woman take is like 20.
Gotcha.
20 to maybe 50
for the week.
Yes. And like even if a woman is running tests, like the most that I've ever seen a woman take is maybe 50 MIGs.
I don't know about that.
That I know.
I would say stick to Anavar on that one.
I know a lot of females that are turning to HGH.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
The women that I've known they've adapted to their bodies to HGH insanely well.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty nuts that some females that you see, you obviously can tell by structure and things like that. But yeah, a lot of women, they adapt very well to certain compounds, and that's all they need.
The bad part about the woman though is you have to make yourself a science project, and you never know what's going to happen at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah, I know. A friend of mine just switched over. The things that he was getting before, as soon as he switched over, you could see a difference already, and it's probably 5 to 6 weeks, and you can already see his composition completely changing.
Really?
Yeah, from getting compounds that weren't the percentages that they needed to be, to now getting compounds that are at that 98% percentile.
Yeah.
His composition has changed. I would say up in the 40% range within the last 5 to 6 weeks.
No shit.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Now I'm sure you'll agree with me on this one. I think what more manufacturers need to start doing with their Anavar is they need to start making 5 and 10 milligram tablets.
Some are now.
Are they?
Yes, I have seen 5 to 10 milligram tabs.
Because mostly they're 20, and if it's a capsule with the powder, which some people do, the women can't break them down, and they can't do 2 doses a day when it's like that.
So there are some pharmaceutical companies that are turning into a 5 to 10 milligram tab.
Gotcha.
I forgot. Who is it? Titan? It's on the west.
I've heard of them, I believe.
Titan Pharmaceutical. it is. I think they've turned a 5 to 10 milligram tab of Anavar.
Okay.
And then also, there's one other pharmaceutical that I know that they're trying to figure out how to make.
Now, there's one, isn't there one local to you that a couple people
Yes.
local to you promote? I forgot the name of it, though.
Allure.
No, it was the other one.
Because
there's a girl that promotes it.
Oh, that is the Titan. That is it's not Titan. It's
Oh man, I forgot the name of it. But I really wanted to try some of their stuff.
What I know, it's good pharmaceutical wise. It's
Now, I keep forgetting to ask you, have you ever tried L-carnitine for weight loss?
Yeah.
How is it?
I don't really see that. I don't see it's a part of the weight loss, yes. But just taking it on its own, I have here and there, even when I was a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it doesn't really do much. I know it's in a lot of compounds as far as proteins. I mean, like pre-workouts is what I'm saying.
Well, I've been seeing people like HRT clinics selling it as an injectable, and you inject it once a day or something like that.
I have seen that, and I'm not mistaken. I know someone who is doing that. But they also, their levels were to the point where they need like B12 shots. They need other things as well.
Gotcha.
But yes, I do. Who is that? I'm gonna have to look that up. And there is a pharmaceutical clinic that's around here that is doing that.
I don't want to say any names and people who promote it, but I'll send you her profile or go through her profile and see which one it is.
Okay.
Because I could have swore it was somewhere around you.
Talking about, but yeah, still do that.
That and because the injectable L-carnitine is almost impossible to find, and I believe you have to go through the doctors to get it because it's that hard to get.
Oh, it's to the point now where they've changed like the B12s. The B12 shots you have to go through a clinic.
Really?
A lot of the other shots, yeah. Because make vapes now.
I could have swore the B12 isn't that the one you can go to like a pharmacy and give them $10 and they'll just do it there at the pharmacy.
Yeah, but
that's changed.
It's changing to where it has to be
Really?
Oh, yeah, and it's only once a month.
Damn.
That's like like my stepmom. She's a diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
She can only go to her doctor or a certain pharmacy for her stuff.
So you can't go to Walmart and just buy.
I don't know. I don't think you can anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're really cracking down on the insulin intake. All pharmaceuticals are cracking down on insulin.
Well, that's not good because I'm almost out.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Walmart you still can. The only thing that they're going to ask you is what are you wanting it for?
Gotcha.
Don't know if they can actually legally ask you or anything like that. I'll have to look that one up.
I'll have to go there and check it. Actually, my sister just got a job. She works in a Walmart pharmacy now as a pharmacy tech. I'll ask her.
I think Novolin R you can still buy at Walmart.
That's what it was. Novolin R.
Yeah, Novolin R you can still is still an over the counter insulin that you can purchase.
Clomid. Have you ever taken Clomid as to lower estrogen?
I've never taken Clomid, period, but I don't know anyone that would take it to lower estrogen.
Because I thought it was always for PCT.
Clomid, you can take it anytime you want. You can take during your cycle if you want to, especially if you're taking certain compounds like NP and D-ball or like DECA. A lot of people
just to keep your levels from crashing.
Yeah, from crashing your
Gotcha.
Like I know someone their T levels are like their free tea is like over 300.
Damn.
I've never seen that before. It's insane.
Because I've never used Clomid ever because I've always had to do TRT, so I never cared about my natural levels. But I had a guy in the gym asking me about Tren and what doses he should take, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going to take Clomid X amount of times a week, for to keep my estrogen down." I'm like, I've never known anybody to do that.
Yeah, and that's the other weird thing for why so many people are wanting to keep their estrogen down, because you can't build muscle or tissue without having estrogen.
Exactly.
A lot of people that I know that are on Clomid is, yes, they're taking Clomid to keep their testosterone levels at an even plane instead of their testosterone crashing.
Yeah, it just seems so much easier to use Aromacin to keep your estrogen down.
Yeah, I haven't had an AI in over 2 years.
Damn.
My estrogen after that one episode, I haven't had to take one since. My estrogen is on point.
Listen, and that's the crazy difference that people will never realize how different people can be.
Yeah.
Because I have to take 2 a week on a cycle, no matter what.
Even in prep or anything like that, I don't take AIs unless I absolutely have to.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, before a show, don't you load up on AI to crash your estrogen to lower your water so you're not so watery?
I may take an AI like in the last couple of weeks, but that's only if I absolutely have to. I don't think I did in the last. I think I may have done that twice in 20.
But that is a trick that coaches will do, is up your AI to crash your estrogen.
Crash your estrogen, but at the same time, that can be very bad and go backwards.
But it does help, so you're not retaining water, though.
It'll help a little bit, yeah. But I mean, that's also, if you're retaining so much water, you need to look at some other things, like your potassium levels, and if your potassium levels crash, that's not good either. I mean, that's why a lot of people do T3 and Clen and that to get their levels. But if you're actually like, if you're keeping your water levels at a certain point and you're keeping them up, your sodium intake is there, you shouldn't have to worry about that, because water should just be coming off, unless you're overdoing it and you're stressing yourself out. And, like we talked about before, when we talked on the last podcast, like I get so wrapped up, my cortisol goes through the roof, and I'll gain however many pounds, and then the next day I lose 10 of it.
Right.
But like, if you don't need an AI, there's no reason to take one.
And I remember back in the day, that's why a lot of people died because of retaining or water retention, is they would take too many water pills, and then they would just fucking die because all their nutrients would get flushed out.
Correct. And then they're trying to, a lot of pharmaceuticals are trying to not ban them, but put them more.
You did something. I can't hear you again.
I think that the government is trying to almost ban that, like pharmaceuticals selling or distributing, like a Diazide or Aquazide or Lasix. I know a lot of people are on Lasix. There's really no, like, it's Lasix are bad.
Yeah.
People, like I one of my good friends, she's prescribed it, but she has her water retention is insane.
Because I know a guy, he has heart issues. He had a heart attack or something, but he's taken 3 different pills that flush the water out, like water retention pills. And this dude feels like shit all the time.
Oh, they'll make you feel like trash. People don't realize that taking a diuretic,
that's the word I'm looking for.
Diuretic is so dangerous if it's not done correctly. And to be honest with you, if you do everything correctly, I don't know the science world part of just a patient that needs like Lasix, or they need a diuretic for their health reasons. But like on the normal side, like, no one should just be taking a diuretic. Just be taking a diuretic. There's no reason.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, if they do the hydrochlorothiazide, the potassium sparing one is probably going to be the best one.
Correct.
But I know my doctor was giving me hydrochlorothiazide for a while for blood pressure, and I'm like, yeah, that's just 25 milligrams a day.
Well, because the blood pressure medication is all it has that portion of water pill in it.
No, they were just straight up diuretic only for blood pressure. Yeah, dude, 25 milligrams a day. I was like, fuck this.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was brutal.
No, like all the competitors over the last year and a half that have died, that it's been the diuretics.
Really?
They're overdoing it. And there's multiple people that I don't know who, but I'm sure there's people who just take diuretics just to take diuretic. Now, if you need it for medical reasons because you're holding too much water retention around your organs and you have edema, things like that, then okay, I guess. But then there's also, you need to look at it as what's your diet like, what's your water intake like. For me personally, could I drink more water? Absolutely, I could, because I do a lot of diet soda or zeros.
Mm-hmm.
I have like Crystal Light, and I do the Mios and things like that. But just to take a fucking diuretic, like, no. That shit is so dangerous. You take it, and you could be dead within hours. If you overdo it, obviously.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But a lot of people get wrapped up in the mentality, I gotta lose weight, I gotta look good, I feel bloated. Instead of, like you said, fixing the actual problem, just pop this pill, I'll feel better.
Yeah. I'll pop this, and I know I'm going to be down like so many pounds, or I'm going to look leaner for this week. I have this thing going on this weekend. I need to look a certain. I'm like, you should have thought of that like fucking more than a week beforehand.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
it's not good. Oh,
but yeah, man.
I didn't even realize we've been on here for almost an hour and a half. Shit.
I know. And we were talking for quite at least 15 minutes before we started recording.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Ready for tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Halloween.
Oh, God. Is it Halloween already?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been so busy working on the house that I forgot that it's that close.
Mm-hmm. Like, the kids left today, but I'm going back. I'm going to their house tomorrow to take the little one trick-or-treating because she wants to go out.
Were your kids allowed to have a Halloween party at school? Do you know if they said anything to you?
I think my little one had something, or it was just... I know last year they didn't.
Because the teacher, I picked one of the kids up, and the teacher was like, yeah, we're not allowed to have a Halloween party, but we can exchange and trade candy if we want to Monday.
At ours, at my kid, it was at my youngest. There was no candy or anything like that involved. That wasn't, you weren't bringing outside candy.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it's become, schools have become so weird with stuff like that.
Oh, it's insane. The high schools can't do anything.
Really?
Everything is such a restricted type of situation. Like the youngest, the elementary school that she's in, or just all of the elementary schools in the school district that they're in, you can wear something, but you can't bring candy in, or you can't pass it out, or anything like that.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, so they're all doing they're doing the trunk or treating instead of doing the in school. All schools are doing the trunk or treating now.
Gotcha.
And they're doing it a week beforehand.
I don't know, man. This is the way we grew up, and it doesn't even seem like it's been that long.
Oh, dude,
compared to now.
Go to Halloween from like what, 6 to 8, and you're done.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being out till 11 o'clock at night.
It's like as soon as it gets dark, everything shuts down.
Yeah, like my kids are in Plymouth, Canton, so their Halloween is from like 6 to 7:30 or something like that.
And I've seen to where a lot of people don't even go house to house anymore. 90% of trick or treating is like a trunk or treat in parking lots.
Yeah. All the Catholic schools are doing it. Some of the public schools are now starting to do it. Some grocery stores are handing candy out.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
They're putting portions of the parking lot so where they can do that. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't get.
I guess it's better than nothing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about 90% of the stuff going on in the world today, though.
It's crazy.
It is.
It makes no sense.
Oh God.
Sense. I don't see it changing either.
Nah, man. I just hope food prices could be a little bit more reasonable.
Shit, gas prices too.
Dude, what are they up there?
I just got gas today at $3.89 actually. So that it went down. A few weeks ago I think I got gas at $4.70.
I think it's $3.39 for gas here.
Jeez.
But diesel is $5 to $5.29.
Diesel here is over $5.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's brutal, bro. It's fucking brutal.
I think like just at work alone, I think we're spending over $100 a week in gas.
Damn.
For our mixers and everything, yeah.
It's sad. It's me.
And I'm not running too much like the high-low
that
I'm driving. Like it's not really running through diesel that much. I think we've had to fill up diesel maybe 3 times.
That's not bad.
No, and I'm only putting in like 5 to 6 gallons at a time.
Okay, well, that's not horrible then.
No, the diesel gas is actually doing pretty well, but everything else, the mixers, they're running through gas. Like the one I legit ran through a whole tank, actual like our red tanks.
Yeah.
In one day.
Jesus.
From the motor running so hard.
Yeah.
Turning the throttle down. Yeah.
Oh, hopefully something corrects itself is all I can say.
Dude, we just got a mixer that I had.
That's what
brand new.
That's what I wanted to ask you. What happened with the U of M MSU game yesterday, man?
So I only saw a video. I guess one of the Michigan football players was walking through, and he shouldn't have. He was walking through the crowd of MSU players when they were supposed to be. So both teams go through the same tunnel.
Okay.
So there's a video of like 10 MSU football players basically like throwing around one of the U of M players, like grabbing him and dragging him and kicking and punching and all that. Yeah.
Really?
But one of the players got pretty messed up. Yeah. It was like a 10-on-1 type of situation.
So isn't this like the first time U of M has beat MSU in quite a while?
No, they beat them last year.
Oh, did they?
I believe. I think almost like a back and forth. Like Michigan,
gotcha.
Last couple of years, but nothing like this has ever happened in a long time with the players. It's always with the student faculty and the staff.
Gotcha.
It's just there was that viral video that went out after the Lions game the one time. It was Lions fans beating each other up, like just it was insane. It was almost it looked like the same thing. So these MSU players had the U of M player off to the side by a door. They had him basically pinned on the ground, up against a door, punching and kicking him.
That's insane.
Like,
because I'm not a huge sports fan. I've never really been into it much, but it seems like this past year, the things going on in sports are just kind of unheard of.
It's insane. I just saw a video of when the Phillies were playing the Braves in the playoffs. There are fans up in the stands just going at it with each other.
Really?
Like, that's dangerous. Like, you're at a certain height in the stadium. Like, you actually think fighting up there is good. Like, someone's going to die. Someone's going to fall and roll off.
So I'm not sure how common it is, but here in Tennessee, the Tennessee beat Alabama last weekend or the weekend before, right? So the Tennessee fans rushed the field. Tennessee got fined $250,000 for that.
Oh, was it that? I thought it was $100,000.
I think all of their fines combined were $250.
Yeah.
Is that common in sports for that?
Yes. So in college football, they've made it to where the fans can't rush the field anymore.
Okay.
And this was a long time ago that they did this, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha.
The school gets fined anytime a student runs on the field. If anything is damaged, they get fined even more. So they took the field goal down, and that was when I forgot, because they changed the way that they do the field goals now. They're made to be taken out and put back in.
Okay.
To where people don't get hurt anymore. But yeah, you get fined for doing that. You get fined for rushing the field. You get fined for all kinds of stuff.
Because I want to say the weekend after Tennessee rushed the field, LSU rushed the field. LSU got fined $250,000. So the SEC made $500,000 in 2 weekends just on fines.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck are they doing with $500,000? Where does it go?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
it goes.
What the fuck?
It goes towards playoffs. It goes towards anything that they need to do for that conference.
Gotcha. Because it seems like a crazy ripoff. $500,000 in 2 weekends in fines.
Well, think about it, right? The 4 teams that go to the playoffs now, and I think they're expanding that to 6 teams. I think next year in a couple years. But the 4 teams that go, the school gets money for that. The school also gets any team that wins the national championship, no matter what sport it is. The school gets money for that.
Oh, okay.
So that money that they were fined could go into a pool that goes towards the schools that win their conference, win whatever.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if it goes towards, like, that money goes towards the actual NCAA maybe. And it goes from there, but I know it goes back to the schools.
It's just insane how much money gets wrapped up into some of this stuff, man.
Yeah. It would be, to be honest with you, it would be nice to know what that 500,000 is going towards.
Yeah, because it's insane.
Yeah, boosters and whatnot. I have no idea.
Because, like, Tennessee, there was a GoFundMe out for Tennessee to replace the field goals, which they already paid for the field goal post the week before in anticipation to win. So there's like $150,000 GoFundMe, and then Tennessee has all new jerseys for one game that they played yesterday.
That's insane. Have a GoFundMe, and it's a college, millions of dollars a year.
So, like, and they raised the ticket prices for students on the game when the goalposts come down. So it's like this crazy money racketing scheme. It's just like, where the fuck is it going? I
know certain games are more expensive than others because of what school it is.
Yeah,
but like the Halloween, the blackout jerseys that they just had.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that they pay a little bit. I don't know how much they pay of that. But I know sponsorships pay for the majority of that.
Yeah.
The school sponsorships. But that's like with Oregon. The guy from Nike, or they used to be, I think he's retired now. I think he left the company. But all the guys who started up Nike, they all went to Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why that's really, they always said, like, that's why Oregon had like 75 different, like, color combination jerseys.
Oh, okay.
Was because the guys from Nike went to Oregon.
You ever watch Oregon volleyball?
No.
You should watch women's Oregon volleyball team. Just putting it out there. Hey, man, it popped up on Instagram one day. Just saying.
Your algorithm is pretty.
It's interesting sometimes. Anyways.
Awesome.
All right, man. I got to get back to work. I got to start getting molding put up in the house now. The floor is done.
Have fun with that.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Always.
I see you later.
I'll talk to you.